Blades to Beasts, the ultimate weapon ranking war in Roblox Rivals. In the chaotic and ever-evolving world of Roblox Rivals, where players clash across floating arenas, elemental biomes, and timed survival maps, there's one debate that never dies. Which weapon is the best, from beginners wielding starter swords to veterans crafting high-tier gear with glowing enchantments? The question sparks endless argument, theory, videos, and in-game rivalries. But behind the forums, rankings, and tier lists is a true story, a story of one team who set out not just to answer the question, but to test every weapon themselves in battle. This journey would not only change how the game was played, but would reshape the entire meta of Roblox Rivals forever. The team called themselves Rancor, a group of 5 longtime friends who had played through every season update and mode since the earliest days of the game. Each member specialized in a weapon class. Vera, the speed blade duelist, who lived for close-range brawls. Grin, the hammer titan, who charged routines like a juggernaut. Lex, the longbow sniper, whose arrows struck from shadows. Killed, the dual dagger rogue, whose movement was unmatched. And Roan, the support mage, who controlled crowd flow with icy stuns and fire bursts. They had one mission: to rank every weapon in the game based on real combat, not patch notes and not theory. They began their test in the open arena mode. First batch of weapons were the basic starter sword, bronze spear, wooden staff, and rusty axe. These were typically seen as throwaway tools for new players. Rancor found that some could still shine under the right strategy. Vera used the starter sword to land consistent parries, while Lex found that even the long-forgotten wooden bow could chip enemies down when paired with stealth boots. These low-tier weapons were marked as rank D, but still showed potential for creativity. Next came the mid-tier armory: iron blades, crossbows, wind chakrams, plasma sabers, and elemental staffs. This was where the debate got heated. Grant argued that the iron hammer deserved a high spot for its knockback potential, while Roan demonstrated how lightning staffs could disrupt entire teams with chain bursts. Kilo took the dual flame daggers into a series of 3 solo wins, showing their worth in ambush-heavy maps. They clashed, debated, and rewatched footage for hours. Each weapon was scored not only on power, but versatility, defense, break speed, and synergy with gear. Then they entered the advanced trials, where mythic weapons could be unlocked through boss fights and rare loot drops. These were the weapons most players only dreamed of using, and they were as beautiful as they were dangerous. The Void Crescent, a scythe that drained enemy stamina on hit. The Blazewing bow, a golden longbow that set targets aflame. The Shattered Gauntlet's melee fist that broke shields and stunned the Stormcaster's staff, a mage weapon that summoned lightning pillars. All of these were tested one by one in both PvP and PvE modes. It was in these final tests that Rancor faced their toughest matches and their toughest decisions. Group entered the special arena, only available to those with maxed weapons and full ranked armor. The players they fought were elite and showed no mercy. They weren't just testing weapons anymore. They were fighting to prove their own methods. When Rome was eliminated in round 1 by a team running triple spear builds, everyone panicked. But Grint countered with his hammer crashing through shields, while Kilo zipped behind with daggers. Vera and Lex provided perfect timing. Their ranked system began to show results. Weapons once considered niche became critical to victory. For hundreds of matches, thousands of minutes, and days of debate, Rancor finalized their list, but instead of releasing a simple chart, they decided to host a live stream event. The arena gauntlet: 1 map per weapon, 1 match per player, 1 chance to prove the ranking system to the world. The event was watched by thousands as each member fought using a different weapon tier from D to S. Lex took a D-rank slingshot and eliminated a rushing sword user with timing and map control. Roan froze enemies in place with a C-tier frost staff, while Vera parried 3 attackers using a B-ranked wind blade. By the end of the gauntlet, the team's ranking list was proven in real combat, not just data. The final weapon to be tested was the newly released Eclipse Blade, a rare drop from a seasonal raid boss that only a handful of players own. Its description promised balance between speed, power, and control. But no one knew if it truly deserved the S-rank spot. Roan equipped it and entered a solo match against 5 elite players. All eyes watched as he fought from the center platform, dashing, slicing, and triggering its dark pulse ability. In less than 2 minutes, he stood alone, victorious. crowd exploded and the Eclipse Blade was crowned the new king of weapons. Following the event, Roblox Rivals updated their weapon rotation mode, adding Rancor's classification system as an official filter. Players can now sort gear by rating and even test weapons in a special trial map called Core Ground. Based on the team's name, fan-made guides exploded. Tutorials sprouted everywhere, and the community finally had a solid foundation for strategy. But more than the weapons or the rankings, what players remembered was the story of the team who took the time to test, learn, and adapt. A story of trust and experimentation, a story of failure and comeback. Each member of Rancor became known not just as players, but as mentors. Their videos were used in training servers, and each of their loadouts became templates for new players to copy. Even today, when new weapons drop or patches shake the meta, players look back at the original gauntlet and ask, what would Rancor say? And some still try to top their list, reworking the rankings with new techniques and daring combos. Because in Roblox Rivals, the real power was never just in the sword or the staff, it was in the hands of the ones brave enough to test everything, risk defeat, and prove that even the weakest weapon can win in the right moment.